Hello, Team Awesome. Welcome to our weekly Wednesday Zoom team training. I'm Deanna Scalf, your Presidential Diamond, and tonight we are going to talk about no's, how to deal with them, and negativity, because as you guys have probably already experienced, they come with the territory. And if you can't handle somebody saying no or somebody being negative, then you probably are in the wrong business, because we like to encourage you to get as many no's as you possibly can. And honestly, I feel like the top leaders in this company, the reason they're at the top is because they've heard no more than anybody else. And they don't let no stop them in their tracks. Something that I thought was interesting, and if I could find it, I was going to grab it and screenshot it. I wish I had when I first saw it. Who knows who Carla Burns is? Yeah, Carla Burns is a rock star ambassador. She created our ProFit, our Essential Bars. She's a big part of the corporate team. Her husband is Chris Burns, our IT guy. I saw an ad that she put on Facebook. It was a sponsored ad, and it was for an online party or training that she was doing. And she had a couple of really, really negative comments on this post. And I thought that was really interesting. Like, it's Carla Burns, people. Who would say no or be negative to her? But they don't know who she is, and she handled it beautifully. She basically just ignored kind of what they said. She did not try and defend what she had. She simply invited them to listen and get some information and make a more informed decision. And that was it, and let it go. So I know sometimes when we hear no, or somebody says something negative to us about our business or the wraps or whatever, that we get our back up a little bit and we want to defend ourselves. Just don't. We don't need to. Just be kind and diplomatic, and know that most of the time your biggest haters end up being some of your biggest supporters. I know I've said this before, there's a bunch of gals on the presidential page who freely admit they were kind of big giant butts to their friends back when they first started. It took them a while to understand what this was, and when they finally quit being so negative and jumped on board, they went straight to the top. So, dealing with negativity. What I want you guys to do is give me an example of a no that you may have received, or that you're afraid to hear, or a negative situation that you have experienced, or that maybe you're afraid you're going to experience that's maybe stopping you from moving forward, so that we can sort of give you some ammunition to deal with those situations when they do arise. Because if they haven't yet, they will. And we want you well armed so that when it happens, you don't curl up in a ball and go sit in the corner and cry. You just like brush it off and know that it comes with the territory. So who wants to be our first volunteer? And what we were thinking about doing was a little bit of role playing, if we can manage that. I don't see Jana on here yet. I'm not sure where she is. And Cassie too. So what we would kind of like to do is, if you want to throw me out a no or a negative situation, then Julie or Sheila or I know Julie's busy multitasking, so we'll see how this goes. But and we'll kind of pretend like you're the prospect giving me or Sheila or Julie that no or negative situation. We'll tell you kind of how we deal with it. So who wants
I'm on, Deanna. So I can give you your first one really quick.
Okay.
I don't have time to do this. I'm busy.
I love that. Sheila, do you want to take that, or you want me to?
Oh, you can go for it. I didn't even know I was going to be on here, so I'll pop in.
So you're too busy? Oh my gosh. Then we really need to talk, because I'm looking for busy people to join my team. What I found is that busy people get things done. I know when I have a very limited time to work my business, I get so much done in that short period of time. And I remember as when my kids were little, we would make a game of cleaning up their rooms, and we would play Beat the Clock. And we would set the timer for 1 minute. And you wouldn't think in 1 minute that you could get a whole lot done. But when you're playing Beat the Clock and you make a game with your kids, their rooms were clean in a couple of minutes. If they didn't get it all done in a minute, I'm like, okay, let's do it one more time. So it's the same thing for this business or for anything. When you have a very limited amount of time, you end up getting way more done. I wish Jana was on here, because I know she would tell you when she was working at her full-time job, she actually was probably more productive than once she quit working, because when we're unstructured, it's so easy to put stuff off until later. So that's how I deal with it. Who's got another one? Come on, somebody's got to know.
Deanna, I get this one a lot.
Yes.
I'm not going to let a guy touch my belly and put a wrap on it.
Will
I've never had that one.
A unique situation. I haven't had that happen to me, but honestly, Will, you are the best voice to deal with that, because you have dealt with it and you've combated it. So why don't you share with us what you actually do?
I share with them what I do for my full-time job, and I say, I work on an ambulance full-time, and you're in the best shape than any one of the people I've ever dealt with. But I also tell them that if they're not comfortable with me doing it, that I can walk them through it over the phone. I have instructions they can follow, and as long as they follow the instructions to a T, they'll have results.
That's perfect, because honestly, it's not just guys. There's plenty of people. I've been at wrap parties and they're like, yeah, no, back up, sister. I'm not lifting my shirt for nobody. So it's so simple to do. I mean, we've got the wrap video that's super generic that we use on the virtual parties now. That's like, what, a minute and a half? I did my own wrap video that I will send to people. Like, you can't screw this up. So if you aren't comfortable with me wrapping you, then cool, I'll walk you through it. So that excuse is taken away. What's next?
Okay, there's
Who else has one?
Yeah, how do you handle when people are interested in wanting to try the product, but they really want the samples first before they want to invest any money?
Yeah, I got that just last night, actually, which is interesting. I connected with this gal on Instagram, and she was super interested in the BOGO kit deal, and she was on our virtual party last night, and she won a sample of WOW, and I asked her how serious she was about joining the business, because, you know, we had limited amount of time left, and she then asked, how can I try this without spending any money, or you know, before I decide to jump in, I want to try it, but do you give free samples? I'm like, yeah, no, our product is way too hot. You can give it for nothing. Yeah. You can buy one for $25, you know, and see what you think. I can give you samples of WOW. I'm happy to do that, but the wrap, and I got too many people that want it. I don't have enough in stock to be given my product away, because everybody wants it. Yeah.
Can we get people to mute themselves if they're in a noisy environment?
Yes, please. So what I'm going to do is mute everybody. And that's better. Thank you, Sheila. And if you want to share, which I hope somebody will, go ahead and unmute and give me another no or negative situation. Hopefully that helped, Lisa. I just make it like Yeah, no, my product is flying off the shelf, so I can't give it away for free.
It totally did. One more question, though. I also want to people want to know, are our products tested on animals?
Absolutely not.
Okay. That's a big seller because I'm friends with a lot of vegan.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Sheila, did you have something to add?
Well, just another no. I just had someone that was very, very nice to me. I was helping her load her cart. I went to give her a Blitz card, and she turned into Mrs. Dracula on me. It was just like, no. And I had potentials standing right there with me because we just had a coffee meeting. So how do you handle that? And what would you say to your potentials at that point? Because even though I've been in this business over 3 years, that one threw me. It was just blatantly awful.
That's a tough one. I guess it would depend on what they said. I would try and have a response for a specific reaction, but I guess I would just say, okay, no worries, thanks so much. Have a great day. And really leave it at that, because I'm not going to get in a debate with negative Nancy. I would hope that my politeness and not getting all heated and passionate and worked up would make an impression on her. And then I would talk to the prospects and just say, stuff like this is going to happen, and I actually embrace these kind of situations because I know that woman, that person was put in my path as a test. And this is a test that I choose to pass. I could let her and her reaction stop me in my tracks and make me afraid to ever approach anybody ever again. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to let one person derail me on my path to success. So, I would hope that this would actually be a really good lesson for a prospect to see how you deal with it with zero drama and no negativity, and turn it into an actual positive situation. I feel like anytime something negative happens, that it's a test.
Well, we blitzed the cashier after that because we were next in line, and she was very kind. So I had both ends of the spectrum that day.
Well, exactly, and that's going to happen. And I refuse to give somebody like that my power, sort of, because I know the next person that I do blitz is going to go, oh my gosh, I need this. I've never seen this before. How do I sell this? Can I join your team? Could be the next Kim Satterwhite, who goes triple or
right?
presidential or ambassador or black diamond, whatever, just on a chance meeting. So
she's incredible.
She is. I just think that's how you have to think of it. Like that means that the next person that I blitz is going to be a rock star.
Awesome.
So hopefully that helps. And I hope that all of you have that situation happen to you sometime, because I think it's a good thing. Although it might feel kind of crappy at the time, turn it around. And honestly, I just feel sad for people that are so nasty. Like there's something going on in their life. So
I looked really close to see if she had fangs and horns. I was like, really?
Yeah. I'm not going to feed that beast. I've watched people. This was a great lesson for me, honestly. We were at an event. We were actually at the Puyallup Fair. Across from us was another booth for a different business, obviously. And the girl that was working this day, somebody walked by, and I don't remember what they said. It was something negative. And this isn't like a gutter thing. So it wasn't anything like you'd get super passionate about. But they said something like, no, I don't need that, or whatever, your stuff doesn't work. She went off and rather loudly called this person a not very nice name, and like, oh my gosh, you're representing a business. What I don't understand, like there's no purpose to whatsoever. Just, bless and release. It's not for you. Cool. It'll be for the next person.
You just need to have Julie with you in those situations. Because I almost started crying our very first show together, and she got out in the middle of the aisle, and she just said, "Hey, you, come on back here, talk to me." They wouldn't, but it was kind of funny.
That's too funny. All right, anybody else?
Sheila, that's a blessing, because you saw her true unfiltered colors, and you don't want that on your team.
That's true too.
Yeah, you know what? Sorry, I dropped y'all. Are you okay?
Ow, my head.
Yeah, right. And I love that now that in this business, I feel like as I am blitzing and I am meeting people, I don't feel like I have to add everybody to my team. I'm kind of picky and choosy. There's some people that I'm just like, I think you'd be better off on another team. There's several of them around.
That's absolutely the truth. So there's a reason, that didn't pan out. So that's perfect. All right, who else has a no or a negative? And I was just counting. This is awesome. We had so many people show up tonight. You guys are a bunch of rock stars. I see Elizabeth that I haven't met before. Nice to see you on here. And Leanne and Marilee and Holly. I'm not sure who all the phone callers are, and you guys are muted. So I know Cindy's one of them.
Our Disa and Kristen are that's a Michigan member.
Fantastic. That's awesome. I'm so excited. I love this. I love this Zoom thing. So who else has a no or a negative that you want us to deal with for you?
Am I unmuted?
You're unmuted. Go ahead.
I've dealt with negative people my whole life. I'm used to it. I'm really good with that. But I'm terrified of computers. And this phone thing freaked me out before I did it. That's my negative. I'm terrified of computers. I don't know why. Every time I try to get on one, it's totally messed up and screwed me up.
So that's a great one, because it happens. I have a gal who's really struggling because she feels basically the same. Like she can't do anything right on the computer. I got this from Cassandra. Cassandra likes to screenshot instructions, which makes it super simple. I tend to write everything out, like follow these directions, for enrolling people or for messaging. We've got so many posts set up for you that you can just copy and paste that I suppose you could screw it up, but I think you would have to try to screw it up. But I think having somebody walk you through like that with screenshots of each step might be helpful. I don't know. That's hard for me because we are in such a technological age. I feel like you have to figure it out, kind of. You have to be willing to continue to learn and grow, or you're going to lose out on a huge audience. Some of these gals who have been super successful really quickly have used social media to its greatest potential. And honestly, for me, it's easier to post something on the computer than it is for me to leave my house and go, approach somebody with a Blitz card. So I would prefer to work behind my computer. So maybe partner up. Here's a thought that just popped into my head. Partner up with somebody on the team who is really good at computer stuff. Post it on the team page. Who would like to be my...
Yeah, I need to get my husband to take some time. He's like an expert on computers.
Yeah, for sure. Just set aside a little bit of time, and you don't have to know much. I mean, you have to know how to navigate on Facebook, really. Instagram is awesome too, but if you can figure out how to post on Facebook and answer people's questions and plug in on the team page, you're good to go. You don't need to know a whole lot other than copy, paste, and post.
Yeah, hopefully Sheila will just come by and visit me a couple times and help me out.
For sure. Sheila's awesome. All right. Anybody else have a no or a negative? I know there's more.
I get a lot that I don't have a checking account. I don't want to commit myself to 3 months. What if I don't like it? I've also gotten trying to blitz somebody and they just walk away. I get that a lot. They just leave me standing there. And I'm like, okay, on to the next. But a lot of people do that to me here.
That's so
I don't know
funny.
what it is. I mean, it's because there's a lot of people here that are advertising, they're trying to give out cards here all the time, and people just walk away. I mean, I get it. I do it too. I admit it. I do it too. I do walk away.
Yeah.
But those are my main things that are hard for me here is giving out the Blitz cards, and people don't have a checking account, or they don't want to be committed for 3 months. And they don't want to pay the membership.
Okay.
Those are my problems.
Okay. Jana or Cassie or Sheila or Julie, you want to respond to that one? Or you want me to do it? You guys are all muted, so if you want to talk, you got to unmute.
As far as like people walking away from you, that just happens. You just the more you do, like I love to do bazaars and trade shows and that kind of thing, and you get that a lot, and they just walk by. And can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, because I'm like lagging in time, so it's kind of hard to tell. So you just, bless them and walk on. Next person, and just keep doing it. The more no's you get, the sooner your one is going to say yes. So what else was there?
The no checking account.
Oh, well, there's your prepaid cards at Walmart. That's a no-brainer. Just make sure that they put on either if they have enough to put on for all 3 months, or if they just remind them to every month to put on their money for their next account, for their next auto ship. As far as them not wanting to do the 3-month auto ship, I think this is probably the shortest commitment that I've ever heard of. I mean, most of them want a year commitment. Look at DirecTV wants 2 years commitment. Your cell phone wants 2 years commitment. And it's a heck of a lot more. And what am I getting out of it? Well, I'm getting a lot because I use it for my work. But, most of them require way, way, way more than 3 months. And that's what I tell people. I don't say, it's a 3-month commitment. I say it's only 3 months, and then I'll say, your cell phone, you're locked in for 2 years. We only want you to do 3 months, and you get to try these products, and you can change your product each month. If you don't like the greens, you can change it, to the wraps. If you don't like the wraps, you can change, or if you want to try something different. I try not to say if you don't like. So let's see, what else? I can't remember. Anybody else want to chime in? I'm Chatty Cathy tonight.
I just had one about paying the membership. And I say to them, it's like going to Costco. Costco doesn't let you go in and just shop. You have to pay the $50 or whatever the Costco card is. I pay $100 a year. But you
Every year.
that store every year. You can't just go in and shop. So you can choose to pay the $50 up front, or you can save that $50 and try even, Confianza. If you have stress, it's $25. Then you've got $25 more to spend. So I look at it like it's really helped me because I stopped saying, I don't remember what I stopped saying, but I just used the Costco membership as a scenario because you can't go into Costco without paying the money up front to go shop.
Yeah.
Well,
I would sit down with them with the product pamphlet and have them pick out everything that they like, just like we're, a kid and going through the Sears catalog and, take your marker and circle everything. I always went to the baby section and I circled everything. I just want baby stuff when I was a kid. So same thing. Let them choose different products that they're interested in. Let them know, okay, month 1, we're going to do wraps. Month 2, we're going to try lip and eye because you were excited about that. And for month 3, we're going to do ThermaFit. We're going to tally up exactly how much these products are going to cost you, including shipping and handling and tax for your county rate. And we're going to go to Walmart. We're going to get a prepaid card. We're going to put that amount of money on there, and we're going to get you set up. So that excuse is gone.
Yeah. I have a suggestion Leslie, as far as the people walking away, but it's more on your part because you said that you walk away as well. I have learned when people come up to me to go ahead and just stay in that conversation with them, even if I'm busy, because they're sharing something. A lot of times it is they're getting paid hourly or something to hand out cards, and it's not always a personal business. But I have met a lot of people, and they're now my friends on Facebook and are watching, just because I didn't walk away. I was kind to them, so they remembered me. When most are walking away, you can be that standout person by not doing that, by being nice to them. Then they want to know you. Then you can also hand them one of your cards. Say, you know what? Let's swap cards. That'd be great. I do networking around town, so if you're ever interested, let's meet up and maybe swap ideas or something. You'd be surprised at the people that end up looking at your business and going, hey.
That's brilliant.
Very brilliant.
It is.
Fantastic.
I like it.
Good. I hope that helps. I am kind of guessing we might get bumped off here soon, but we'll let it just run its course. So does anybody else have a no or a negative?
I have.
Oh.
The other thing I would touch on, I don't know, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
With Leslie, with people walking away, I've noticed not only with the business, but humans are weird. Like, we don't like interacting with anybody, you know? I'm going to take it to that level to make us sound like alien form, but nobody likes to interact. Nobody likes to make eye contact. Nobody likes to... I get this at work, you know? When I'm at work with people that I've worked with for years and I move a department, I'll see them in the hallway and their eyes go to the wall. And it's like, dude, I was just laughing with you last week. What's the deal? And so, with like at an event or anything like that, I try and make it an effort to make the eye contact. Almost like I'm staring them down. Like, I'm waiting to make that eye contact just because nobody likes to make eye contact anymore. And if they blow me off, I just wish them a happy day or thanks anyways, you know, like, hey, acknowledge that you were just rude to me kind of thing, you know, just in a nice way.
Yeah.
Because I'm human too. I'm a person. Don't just blow me off.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. Make a game of it. Miranda, I know you had one. Go ahead. Did you, Miranda, did you have it?
Can you guys hear me? I thought I unmuted.
Yes, no, go ahead.
Okay. I said actually a lot lately saying that they're too fat for rap.
Too fat for rap?
And
we've got a really bad connection, Miranda.
It's different for everybody. Some people may only take a couple reps.
Miranda, I'm going to have you type yours out if you can get on the chat screen, because we've got a really bad connection with you.
A few months of
sounds like an alien.
That it's going to take me a while to get to where I. Go ahead.
Super bad connection with you, Miranda.
Yeah, really bad. So why don't you type yours out either in the chat or on the team page, and we'll try and address it when we can. Because that was real weird. I know you've got funky internet, but we couldn't hear really anything of what you said. So anybody else have one? And if Miranda, if you can type it on the team page quick enough, we can still get to it.
My plate is too full.
Your plate? Oh, I thought you were like serious, like you're eating and your plate's too
full. No, I'm done eating now.
We talked, one of the first ones was being too busy. And watch the recording because I think I addressed it pretty well. So basically, we get the I'm too busy thing all the time. Holly, do you have one?
Oh, sorry.
I just saw Holly unmuted. I thought she might have one. I guess.
Did you talk about small towns and
Nope.
that kind of thing?
No, but I love that one, and I'm glad you're on because I want you to address that because that's another one. I live in a small town. I have no friends.
Yeah, I had friends when in the town I started out in, but when I started with my It Works journey, I lived in a town of 350 people. And I signed up with Deanna, and then I freaked out a little bit and went, oh my God, how am I going to do this? I'm in a town of 350 people. And so I called her. I'm like, oh, and she goes, calm down. Your business isn't just on or in your town. It's on Facebook. And now we're really getting into Instagram. And I know some people, but it's also in 20 different countries. It's in the town next door. It's in the city next door. I live an hour and a half from Billings. Billings has got 100,000 people in it, you know. It's everywhere. I moved from that town of 350 people to a town of 150 people. That was scary. I was afraid of what I was going to do then. And I continued to work my business, and it continued to grow. I had to do it a little bit differently. And then I moved to a town of 300 people again. I like small towns. But my point is that it really doesn't matter where you're at because your business is on the web. It's everywhere. It's absolutely everywhere.
And what did John Eric just say about new people coming onto Facebook daily and the amount of people that are on Facebook daily? It's like
1 billion people
like
use Facebook daily.
Yeah. It's nuts.
Yeah. There's like 1.5 billion people on Facebook and 1 billion use it daily. For a lot of us It Works people, we use it hourly or every 2 hours or, you know, and like the average person logs on to Facebook. What did I see? I saw something posted like 110 times a day, which I believe it because I probably do, you know, just flipping through. But utilize your Facebook and if you're not on Instagram, get your heinies on there because that is a good, you know, and post. That's one, unlike Facebook, that you can post every hour and it's okay. It's not spamming like Facebook is.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the more you post on Instagram, the better off you are. I've gotten way better results when I post like a dozen plus times a day.
Right. But living in a small town is no excuse at all. Absolutely none. I built myself, Deanna and I ran, and we built to double and triple diamond in 6 months in that small town. And, you know, Deanna lives, you probably all know where Deanna lives, but she lives kind of in the boonies. That she does go to town quite a bit, but she does live in the boonies. So, you know, we built and we can still build, and we're still building. I just signed a distributor today who lives 4 hours from me in a little tiny town in Baker, Montana. So, you know, and I met her at a trade show. She's been a loyal for almost a year, and now she's a distributor because I became friends with her on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I interacted with her. I talked to her. I liked her posts. I liked her pages. So your business can be done on Facebook if you live in a little town.
And I would say about 90+% of my team, distributors and loyal customers, I never have met. I may never meet. It was all because of online stuff. Even my people, like one of my first distributors was a gal that I went to high school with that came to my launch party, but she initially signed up as a loyal customer because she saw my post on Facebook. It wasn't because we ran into each other in person. So there's that excuse gone. So, you know, give me another one. I use Jan all the time. I live in a tiny town. I'm like, it doesn't matter. I don't care. You could live on the top of Mount Rainier for all I care.
I also
as long as you have internet.
Exactly. Or if you can use your phone. I mean, we have people that use solely their phone, you know. Go to the coffee shop and use the internet if you're in a bigger town. The gal who I signed today, Audrey, she said, she was talking to me and she goes, oh, but there's already a gal in my town selling it. And I said, there is? I said, she goes, yeah, I saw a flyer. I said, oh, you saw a flyer? Do you know her? And she goes, no. I said, has she contacted you? No. Have you contacted her? No. Well, no. So there's one person in the town of Baker who may or may not be working her business. Obviously not working it very hard because she hasn't contacted Audrey.
And that's another good one. There's 3 presidentials in, within 10, 15 miles of each other out here. There's what? The Black Diamond, like Cammie and Denise and Steph all live in the same area, like within a few minutes of each other. They're all Black Diamonds. So
Well,
check that out. Yeah.
Disa has, when I was talking to her about signing up, she goes, well, I've been watching this other team. They're doing this great event. She has an ambassador diamond whose children go to school at her school.
Wow.
Disa, what is her name? Schwank.
Oh.
Is her last name, I think. I have her on Facebook, but I don't spend a lot of...
She hadn't approached Disa, so...
I don't know. Yeah, well, and if she had, I don't know. We've been connected for a while.
But I mean, if you're like me, I go to school functions for the grandkids. I don't talk to people. I'm there to watch the kids.
Mm-hmm.
I could use it as a networking platform, but that's not my thing. Like, this is my thing, like being behind the computer. So, hey.
Yeah. I don't do any of this at church. I just don't.
Exactly. No, they know what I do if they know me. I show up in my clothes typically, so they can see it. But if they want to approach me, cool, I'm probably not going to approach them because I don't like feeling uncomfortable, and I feel uncomfortable in those kind of situations. Like if they say no, or even if they become a customer and then they shut their auto ship off later, it just makes for it just makes me feel weird sometimes. So if you're cool with it, go for it for sure, because it is a great, great platform. I mean, we had a gal come on that got met at a PTA bazaar, and she went gangbusters. So whatever works for you. Everybody's different, so use your strengths.
Right. And like you said, everybody's comfort level is different, but there's just some places that you don't feel comfortable up. And if they come up to me and say, oh, hey, I got my Fat Fighter, well, then I'll start talking to them, at church or at school or whatever. That's awesome. But otherwise, it just, it creates for a very awkward conversation.
For sure. For sure. Anybody else have no or a negative you want us to deal with?
I do. Can someone hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Holly, go ahead.
Okay, my main thing is locking people down. I get so nervous I almost feel like I'm making them do something. And I've talked to many people, giving them my Blitz cards, talking to them, and then I forget to get their name and number. I put a piece of paper in my back pocket with a pen.
I just hand them my phone.
Well, you can hand them or you can put a sticky on those Blitz cards so that when you give them to that sticky's on there.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, we did that for a while. But I really like the phone, but some people are leery to do that too. So if you got the sticky, then you put a couple stickies on them before you go out blitzing, and just have them, and hey, and then you've got the cardboard too, so that they can write on.
Okay. I also have something like post. I hear you guys say you post 100-something times a day.
No.
I'm like getting what am I posting? I want to do it. Like I want to, but I don't know if I'm getting it right.
Yeah. So use anything from the graphics group. Honestly, once in a while I'll make up different posts for myself, but typically I steal stuff from people. And 100 times a day, absolutely not. Facebook, maybe six 6 to 9-ish times a day, maybe. Instagram, you can, probably double that. And if you need to set a timer on your phone to help remind you to post, do that. If you need suggestions, jump on the team page and say, hey, help me with a post, or search hashtag post of the day. Get on the graphics group. Lighty Lightner has a graphics group. It's open for any distributors. She has got literally hundreds and hundreds of posts.
Do you know what the name of that one is?
It's Lighty Lightner's something group. Just Maria has posted some of her stuff on her page. You can search her on Facebook if you're not on there.
Tomorrow?
Say again?
Are you going to coffee tomorrow?
Yes, we're at 3 tomorrow. The coffee shop,
That's the
3.
one, like downtown, right?
It's on 7th and Pioneer.
Okay, so tomorrow I'm coming. So maybe we can go over a couple other things, maybe, if that would be okay.
Yeah, for sure. Let's do that.
Awesome.
I forget what I was saying.
Oh, is that our warning, or is that somebody's?
No,
phone?
that was my text. Marilee.
Okay.
I was gonna say I utilize Pinterest a lot, so I'll search for it work stuff, and I have a whole board. So then I can go back and save those and post those to Facebook too.
Good for you. That's awesome. That's something that I haven't utilized, honestly, at all for my business. So go for it. That's fantastic.
Miranda.
Go ahead.
Miranda was saying when we couldn't get her, is she there? You are, Miranda. People are saying they're too fat for the wrap. And I've had people say that, and a lot of people don't want to do the wraps until they're like, I'm going to get really skinny and then I'll do the wrap. And I try and make sure that they know that they can do them as they're wrapping or as they're losing the weight. They can wrap. You don't want to get down to where you're size 20 and get down to size 10 and all the skin. Then now we've got your second step. We want it to go all in one. And so what I like to do, start out on your greens and get that detoxing going.
Yeah, for sure. And I wrapped a gal, one of the very first people that I wrapped. She was actually like my 3rd distributor, I think. She had already lost, gosh, I want to say a couple 100 pounds when I met her. And we measured back then, which we don't now. We just took pictures, but back then we didn't take pictures. We just measured. And she cried when I was able to get the measuring tape all the way around her body with a couple of inches left over. She said it was the first time in her adult life that, she would ever have been able to get a 6-foot measuring tape around her body. So, and she went on to lose a whole lot more weight. So, and she wrapped while she did it. She used all of our products to help her to achieve that. So I think the skin tightening effect, as you're losing, is the smartest way to combat that. No. Do you want to lose all this weight and end up with, saggy skin? If you wrap along the way, it's going to help your body go back to the shape that it is meant to be in along the way and not be such a struggle after you've lost all that weight. Looks like we've got unlimited time. We could go all night. Let's do one more. Who's got a no or a negative? And Marilee, I love that you raised your hand. Where is that hand raising feature? That's the coolest thing ever.
Oh, it's under more with the ... to the bottom on the right.
Oh, I don't have it on mine. No, Sheila's got it. That's awesome. That is fantastic. That's perfect. So if you have one, yes, raise your hand and then unmute yourself and go ahead and talk. Leslie, did you have another no or negative?
No, I was just messing with the hand.
Cool. It's so awesome. All right. Does anybody have any other ones?
Gosh, we had so many and I can't think of them now.
We covered a lot. I think we got quite a few of them. Trying to think off the top of my head if I can think of any others.
Did you guys hit on people asking about guarantee of the product?
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Yeah, I've heard that quite a few times. Well, can you guarantee the wrap is going to work for me?
I can tell you that it's up to you, basically, because every body is different. 9 out of 10 people are going to see a visible result with their very first wrap. Some people take a few more. There are no guarantees in life. There's too many variables. It's too much affected by your water intake, your physical makeup, if you have any pre-existing medical issues, if you're on medication, if you're regular, if you drink a lot of soda, if you use a lot of artificial sweeteners, if you eat a lot of salty foods. Like, there's so many variables. If you drink a lot of alcohol. So no, I can't guarantee that, but what if it does work? Would you want to miss out on the possibility that you're going to see some amazing tighten tone, firmer, smoother skin? Let's give it a try. Anybody else? Yes.
Yeah, we've totally skipped the main one. The one that we all get over and over and over. I have no money.
Yes! Oh, that's so good. Because, oh my gosh, did you see last night on the virtual party, my question, like, hey, what's stopping you? Every single one. No money, no money, no money, no money, no money.
Lack of money, yep.
Who wants to handle that one? I've got a good response, but I want to hear yours too.
I'll do it. I look at them and say, that's exactly why you need to do this business.
That's it, right there.
If you have no money, then you need to be in this business.
Yeah.
Yep,
I mean,
write that one down, because that's the absolute perfect response. So when is that going to change?
Exactly.
You know, if I talk to you again next month, are you going to have the money? No, I still don't have the money. I mean, we've seen it on the virtual party. There's people that are on there week after week. Yes, I want to do it. I still don't have the money. Yes, I want to do it. I still don't have the money. Hey, I know people who have Joy Gillard. She didn't have the money. She had 3 babies and 1 on the way. All her kids are like under 4 years old or something insane. She had 0 money. So she went through her house and looked around and found some different household items that she wasn't using, and she sold them. And she got the $99, and now she's double diamond.
Well, and
boom.
Average $6,000 a month.
Exactly. She's triple. She's triple. I take that back.
Yeah, she is triple. So, I mean, does she have money now?
Got lots of money now.
That's average $10,000 a month.
And that was pretty fast. I mean, she's only been in for like a year. So,
yeah, well, I remember at conference last year, she drug her brand new baby to conference.
That's right. Yep, she was brand new last year.
She had no money for food.
Yes.
She wasn't going out and doing any fun things with anybody else in Florida. She was just staying in her room, taking care of her baby. But the main thing was she made it to conference, and she got the vision there.
Yep.
Exactly. No, I love that. And that's it right there. It's like, so when is that going to change? Do you need this? If you don't have $100 to your name to change your life, then you really need this business. And I talked to him about pre-selling their wraps. That's been successful for many people. There's lots of different ways to handle that. I couldn't stand myself if I didn't have $100 to jump into what could potentially be, and we know is, major life-changing opportunity. Like, how regretful. I don't know. It would just make me ill.
My new DT actually posted on that virtual party last night, lack of money. And then she posted on a post I had put on Facebook. So how do I do this if I'm a loyal customer? Because she was a loyal. And I said, well, I'll message you. And I messaged her and told her that was for distributors. And I said, have you thought about being one? I hadn't even asked her if she wanted to be a distributor. She's been a loyal for almost a year. That was my bad. But I've asked her, and I said, "Are you thinking about it?" And she's like, "Well, yeah." I'm like, "Whoa, right on."
I love it when that happens.
Well, and what's crazy is this woman was just in my house a week ago, and I still hadn't asked her. So, yeah, that was my bad. But anyway, point is, she found the $99 to sign up. In less than 12 hours, she found the $99 because they need to change their lives.
Yep.
Well, sometimes we need to help jog their brains. Do you get your hair done? Do you get your nails done? Do you buy coffee every day? If you go to Starbucks every day, you're spending $5 to $7 on average. That
Absolutely.
They can afford it because they just have to be willing to give some things up for a little bit to be able to do that. And if it's important enough to them, they'll make it happen.
Right. I totally agree with that.
Yep.
Especially when you have people on Facebook and you see, I don't have the money right now, but they just went to the movies, or they just went over here, they just did that, and it's like, okay, you've got the money.
Etsy bag arrived.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So Leah just typed, "I cut out coffee, found change, and turned in cans to get money saved."
That's a good idea. Yeah.
It's really good. There's tons of different ideas. I remember Trish, when she started, it was, no, it wasn't getting the money. It was to go to conference. So that's a little bit different story. But when is it your birthday coming up? Ask for cash for your birthday. Whatever. There's definitely ways. If you want it bad enough, you'll find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse. And I've heard all of them.
Yeah. I think whenever I first started, it bothered me more because it was almost maybe not so much a betrayal, but you lied to me. You do have the money. You're kind of wasting my time in a sense. And so that really bugged me. But now I think I'm with, to that state where I'll just move on. I don't want to bug you any more than I have to. I'm being picky, just like, Sheila said. I don't need you. I think you need this,
Exactly.
Got to be their priority. They have to make it a priority for themselves and their family, and we can't want it just for any more than for them than they want it for themselves. Otherwise, you're just beating your head against the wall.
Exactly. Marilee, did you have another one?
Yeah, so I'm wondering, because I actually have a potential distributor, and she talks about lack of money. So, but then there's the 80 BV every month. So how would I explain that to her so she's not surprised that then there's that $80 or 80 BV shipment every month?
So I just let people know, this is usually what I first say, is if you want to be a distributor on my team, I'm assuming that you want to make some money, right? If that's not the case, then you just need to be a loyal customer, or, put it on the shelf for right now. And we have no absolute requirements as distributors, none whatsoever, which I absolutely love. We don't have to product load. We don't have to carry inventory. We have no sales quotas. We have no absolutes as distributors. However, if you do want to earn that paycheck, you need to be commission qualified, and there's two ways to do that. Easiest, best, guaranteed way is to run your personal 80 BV auto ship. It's going to cost you around $80 a month. And what I did when I first started was look in my vitamin cabinet and look at what I was running low on. My Costco multivitamin giant gallon jug was getting low. So what I did was replace those with vitamins from my own store. And, I need an Omega. I was buying those in bulk from Costco too. So as those ran out, I replaced with my own. And if you go and look if you're somebody who takes supplements, if you go and look and you replace with product from your own store, that's way over 80 BV a month right there already. I usually will ask, do you take greens? If you don't, you should. Like, that's just a given. You should be on greens every month.
The cleanser.
Do you bathe? Exactly. You can now buy a cleanser gel from your own store. Pick the different products. I would do the same as I would with a loyal customer. Like, let's go through the catalog and see what things you want to try. Throw a box of wraps on there and a different supplement each month, and that's going to put you right around 80 BV. Take your 4 wraps that you got with your kit, sell them, put them in your bank account to pay for your next month auto ship, or buy more wraps to make more money to put in your account to cover your auto ship. I personally, my business has covered my expenses from day one. I mean, I obviously had to pay out of pocket to start, and maybe that first month's auto ship, but after that, it started paying for itself. So if money is super tight, then work hard. And within the first month, honestly, you could earn enough money between now and the end of the month to pay for next month's auto ship. So
you hear stories all the time about people, and I don't condone or tell you to do this or not. They've taken rent money or electric bill money or whatever and done and paid for their kit, and then they've worked their butt off because they knew they had to pay that back. So it's kind of was incentive for them to sell those wraps and to sign those loyal customers and get that commission. So,
and I know there are some leaders that they won't even talk to, like, they won't even let you on their team page if you're not running an 80 BV auto ship. You turn your auto ship off, you get booted. Like, they're pretty hardcore. I'm not like that because I feel like we're not all in the same circumstances. We may not all be ready to go all in from day one. Some of us take a little more time to, get that vision. So I do let them know about the 150 BV way to be commission qualified also. So if money is crazy tight and you just can't swing, setting up that auto ship, then you can be commission qualified with 150 PBV, which means loyal customers. So we're going to work really hard to get you at least 4 loyal customers. So you're going to earn your free product right away, so you can earn some fast cash. And hopefully they're going to have, high enough orders that that's going to make you commission qualified immediately. At least, for that first month or so. So there's 2 ways to do it. So I've taken away that excuse. You don't have to spend any money at all beyond your $99. That didn't used to be the case. We didn't have the 150 BV option. To be commission qualified, it was 400 PBV.
400. It was 150 when I came on.
Yeah, it was for a while, and then they changed it. So I like that we have those options.
She's not on this call, but yesterday, Catherine signed up. She was a loyal customer. She'd signed up in December with the was it November or December with the BOGO?
Yeah.
She called her husband. She goes, I really want to do this. I've been talking to Sheila. She's going to place me on a great portion of her team. And he told her, he says, I gave you all your spending money. I don't know what to tell you. You've spent it. She says, well, fine. And she hung up the phone and she went and sold 5 wraps.
I love it.
That's what she did. And she deposited in her bank account. And she called him. She goes, there, I didn't need your money. I did it on my own.
Snap.
Yep.
Perfect.
I remember, Sheila, I had to quit being a loyal customer because my money goes towards my grandbabies and everybody else. But I told you I'd come back.
And you did. Yes,
Not that I didn't want to do the wraps, but I had to put my priorities first. My children, my parents, and my grandparents, and my nieces and nephews, and all the kids we help pay money to. But it's not that I didn't want to do it. So don't give up when people don't want stop being a loyal customer. It's
That's
not
right.
Because they don't want to keep doing it.
Yeah, that's great advice. Sometimes it's just a timing thing, and it's just not the right time. So, yeah.
I just had to stop until I could do it again, and I started up as soon as I could.
I know, and I never gave up on you, honey.
I know you didn't. I love you, sweetheart.
All right, guys.
One more thing. The other thing you can do to help them out is do a launch party. If they want to start and they don't have the money, have them sell those wraps at their first wraps at their launch party. You may have to front them to them if you have them. And when they get their kit, then that's, your box of wraps. But they could also have loyal customers signing up at that launch party too. So, you know, having a pre-launch party, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's what I will do too. If it's somebody local to me and they say they don't have the money, I'm like, well, let's set up a launch party. I'll bring the wrap. And if we sell 4 wraps, cool. Your kit's paid for. You can pay me back with the wraps in your kit, or sell 10 wraps. And my wraps are paid for, and you take that profit and pay for your kit. We can combat pretty much every single excuse you can come up with, because I've heard every single one, I swear.
Yeah, and if they don't do it after that, they're never gonna do it.
No, and I'm not gonna beg you to join my team, like the sample thing. Yeah, no, I ain't giving away my samples. My product's way too hot. I don't have to beg you to join my team. This business is way too hot. You either come on board and change your life, or don't. And, you know, I'll check back in with you in a few months or a year, and you'll be in the same place, and I'll be laying on a beach. You can join me, or you can watch.
11 days.
All right. We can probably go on all night, but I'm going to go ahead and stop this, and we'll meet back here next week. If we didn't get to yours, or you think of another one, post it on the team page, and I'll upload this to YouTube, and I'll post it in a little bit.
I want to give a huge shout out to our 3 new distributors who were on tonight. Cindy Revelle, Disa Askelson, and I hope I'm saying this, Kristen Leversey. I don't have it in front of me, so I know I'm just probably killing it.
Yeah,
but
this was awesome.
So happy you guys made it on tonight.
For sure. That tells me a lot right there. Meeting makers make it. And it's true. Like, I feel bad that people don't jump on here, because they're missing out on a whole lot of really great information, and then just the connection and seeing all your awesome faces makes me super happy. So thanks so much for joining us, taking time out of your, I know, busy schedules. Hopefully this helped, and you're well armed for the next time you get somebody who's got a great excuse or tells you no, or is not very nice to you. So have a great
I want to thank you guys, because this is my first computer fix, is getting on the phone with you.
Yay, that was awesome.
My fears. I've got over one of my fears is gone now. I can do this.
There you go. There you go. Stretched your comfort zone already. I think that's awesome.
It's my first time doing a computer phone thing.
Yay!
I can do this again, and I won't have fear next time I do it.
Right on.